Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void here on the new channel. It's going to be a best of 3 for your Sunday series, INnoVation versus Serral from the group stages of DreamHack Fall. Bottom left-hand corner for game number 1 here is Serral, and in the top right we've got INnoVation. These two players have had some epic battles through their years. INnoVation started playing StarCraft back in, I want to say, 2000 and... Well, hold on a second. He was a Brood War player. He went by Bogus. If you want to see a young INnoVation playing Brood War, just search Bogus on my other channel, and you will see INnoVation at his larval stages. It's... I don't know. It was pretty promising, those games, and just signified that INnoVation would be a good player, but I don't know. I don't know if we would know that he would be that good from his performance as Bogus in Brood War. Anywho, what are we doing here today, INnoVation? No, just going for a 1 Rax expand. Serral, 16, 18, 17 here. Man, do you watch GSL? Man, the GSL Group D for the second group stage was bonkers. There was some stuff I have never seen in there before, and because I'll never cast GSL replays because they do not release them, GSL, ASL, KSL, none of the StarCraft leagues in Korea release their replays because they hate us. But there was a play where, who was it? Dongray Gu? I think Dongray Gu showed up versus Zest. Zest had a wall. He showed up with like 10 lings and 8 drones and mineral walked the drones through the adept holding the wall, and then prevented probes from throwing up additional lines of defense as the lings were mashing on the buildings. It is one of the more insane things I've ever seen attempted at that level, at GSL, right? I mean, this is, you do not mess around here. You fail with that, you lose a game in a best of 3 scenario, and it's hard to come back from that, man. But he did it, he pulled it off. It was nuts. It was so crazy. All right, so got a Reaper moving out. This Reaper's name is Groot. What the heck? Come back. Groot the Reaper. I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot. The majesty of his story is truly a tale to be told that Terrans will speak of his exploits for ages to come. There you go. I mean, that's possible, right? Every Reaper has the potential to be a Keanu Reeves, who still, I think, is the greatest Reaper ever to grace my channel from, boy, 3-4 years ago now. Keanu Reeves is a long time ago, but super, super great. I think he ended up getting something like 8 kills and, like, single-handedly winning a game. It was mind-boggling stuff. So factory finishing up for Inno, natural base 2, no kills on the Reaper, because this is Serral we're talking about down here. I'll still never forget casting Serral in his early stages, back when, again, the channel was new, 2015, 2016. To give you an idea of what Serral was back then, I got Serral and sort of confused a lot. They were both European Zerg players. They both had S's to start their names, and they were both okay. Like, they were both middling players. They liked Zerglings a lot. Their macro wasn't amazing. They never really won anything, and then Serral just ascended to this level of insanity to where I don't expect him to lose a game ever, which is crazy. It's crazy he did it to this day, and yeah, I look forward to watching him for a long time to come. Serral's one of my favorite players to watch and cast for sure. So anyway, if you're at the new channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. We're just trying to grow it to a point where we're happy with it, right? So subscribe if you haven't already. This is going to be a StarCraft 2 only channel. If you were tired of seeing Brood War all over the place on the old channel, this is for you. This is for you guys. I was doing about 50-50. I was doing about 50% during the week for Brood War, 50% for StarCraft 2. That's how it was. But the mix was messing up the algorithm, and I think it was hurting StarCraft 2, and I think it was hurting Brood War, and unfortunately, that's the death of Groot the Reaper. So we split it out in a grand experiment, and I hope it works out for us, because if it doesn't, I will be sad. So anyway, subscribe. You know how consistent I am, for heaven's sakes. I mean, if you've been around my channel for any length of time, you know I don't skip days, okay? I don't miss days. We're going to be doing the same schedule for StarCraft 2 replays as we were on the other channel. It's going to be Sunday series. It's going to be a Monday cast, a Wednesday cast, a Thursday, and a Friday cast. Okay, for StarCraft 2, that's the current schedule, and I might mess with it as time happens, but I'm not going to take away replay casts, all right? We're going to do the same darn thing we've always been doing. Okay, so Hellions here, Raven as well, which Ravens are slow, and Ravens can't retreat well, and Ravens will die to things like Queens and Hydras and Mutas really easily. But you know what? A lot of utility. How did this Ling get in here? Oh, the front door is wide open. All right, perfect scout from Serral. That stinks. I mean, yeah, a lesser Zerg player would see this and go, maybe it's mech. But no, Serral gets the scout off and says, yes, additional barracks. Yeah, I see that. Definitely going to be a bio-style play here today out of ye old Inno. Trying to keep these creep tumors alive. Creep spread, so important. Serral knows he needs to keep it going. INnoVation knows he needs to kill it. And he's doing his best. The Raven with the permanent detection on those creep tumors is so nice. Even if the Raven doesn't throw down any auto turrets or any seeker missiles, any anti-armor missiles, or any interference matrix stuff, it doesn't matter. Creep spread denial is a huge stinking deal, especially in the early stages of this match. Baneling Nest coming in from Serral. So game one here looking incredibly standard, incredibly macro. What I like about the Sunday series is sometimes it's a short game. Sometimes game one is 4 minutes long. I don't cast the 4-minute games very often, but on Sundays I will. And that's where you get to see that stuff at the professional level, are these crazy 1-base or 2-base all-ins that we just don't normally see on the channel because I like to cast the macro games. They're more fun to cast. I think they're more fun to watch as well. Anyway, Creep connecting all the bases. Serral's doing Serral-y things. Centrifugal hooks on the way now at about 6 minutes. All of this makes a lot of sense to me. What he's all trying to do. Banelings are the answer to Terran these days. They're also something of an answer to Protoss if you're into it. Banelings are pretty good units. They keep nerfing them, and they're still pretty incredible. So, I don't know, Serral, stop winning with Banelings so much so they don't nerf them again. I need them. I need them more than you do. At my level, I think. Even then, my Banelings don't perform like Serral Banelings do, I swear. Alright, so the Queens are the answer to the Hellions to this point. Recognizing there's no Blue Flame at this point, and the fact that he scouted the additional barracks, it's not going to be a mech-style play. Although we've seen Inno do it, man. We've seen him go traditional mech. We've seen him go or race car mech before. Against Serral, so I mean, it's not like he's doing it against lower-level players. Third base for Minnow is up, and literally nothing defending this. It's not a planetary because it's the third base, and you need that orbital if you're a Terran player. Serral getting another base up on the left side. Really just going for 2-2 for his Lings and his Banelings, centrifugal hooks. I don't think he knows quite what he's going for yet, although the +2 melee attack indicates he wants ultras at some point. Widowmine catches a few of those Banelings. Again, Widowmines are your best bet against Banes. If you can get... Oh, he's just unloading directly into... that was terrible. I guess he was microing up here. I would argue these Hellions are maybe less important than this drop that's happening. He's going to catch this base. But yeah, here's the thing. Widowmine control at the higher level, pretty good. Serral's not going to lose 100 Banelings to a Widowmine. But at the lower levels, you know what? It is. The Widowmine is going to kill 100 Banelings. If you are me, and you just A-move your Banelings into a Terran army, they're all going to die. They're not going to accomplish as much as they would if Serral was controlling them. So, right. If you're complaining about Banelings at the pro level, I hear it. If you're complaining about it, you know, at Platinum or Diamond, like, I don't know, man. Make a couple Widowmines as Terran. They're going to do so much better for you in that situation than they will for INnoVation. So pushing right side, pushing left side. Goddamn Hellbats. Still doesn't have the Infernal Pre-Igniter, but hey, Hellbats are good. This is why you keep your Hellions alive instead of YOLOing them. Lings get into the third base, cause a problem. Lings, Banelings, Hydras, and Queens, baby. That is going to take down those Hellions better than pretty much anything else would. With the exception of, I guess, Mutalisks. Because Hellbats don't shoot up. Yarr. 4 SCVs down. No drones have died here. This game one is going extremely poorly for INnoVation. He's macroing super well because he always does. It's just he hasn't slowed down Serral in any way whatsoever. The creep spread's still here. I guess without any of the efforts that he's made so far, the creep spread would be like here. So fair enough. He's making some efforts. All right. Man, Serral's engaging off creep a little bit here. Widow Mines! Oh, the Banelings onto the Widow Mines. You know what? If you're a Widow Mine, yes, please explode on me, especially if there's an Overseer around, because I'm going to die anyway. So I might as well be the reason that 2 more Banelings died, rather than dying to Hydralisks, which do not commit suicide with their attack, as Banelings do. Like, it's so weird with Banes, man. They're basically Goblin Sappers from Warcraft 3, except they're good and incredibly usable. Part of it is the speed with which they move. Part of it is the cost. The Hellbats are back. The ones that didn't die during this attack are present. This is actually pretty intense for Serral, but he has about 100 Lings cruising on in here, and sure, even if you have Hellbats, it doesn't matter. That's so many Zerglings. Oh, the Medevac's taking hits. I think that Medevac is off the screen and dead right now. To zoom out to see it. Trying to attack up this right side with a meager force of Banelings and Hydras. Doesn't really work out too well there for Serral, but that's okay. He's literally off the map, yo. How are you supposed to see that on the minimap? You can't. Even if you're zoomed out, I don't see the red on the minimap on the left side. Do you? No. Either way, he's coming back in. Just kidding. He's back out. He's setting up to take down this fourth base of Inno's, and, well, if this army, well, it's pretty much dead anyway. Yeah, you're not saving it. The Baneling bust is here. The Baneling bomb takes down the planetary, and Serral just gets on out. Yeah, he's at 85 workers. I mean, jeez. INnoVation needs to do something right now. He needs to probably kill this base and this base if he can, but look who's positioned to defend it. Serral is. Look who's got army coming around the backside. INnoVation's army is going to get absolutely taken from behind here by this army. That's Marine is scouting for that to happen, but it doesn't matter. The surround on all sides here. The tanks are gone. Once the tanks are gone, it's so much harder to hold. INnoVation loses everything there. There's a left side attack coming, though, because INnoVation's macro is through the roof. And he's doing a great job being in multiple places at once right now. Going to take down this hatch. Or, if he doesn't focus on it, he's not going to take down the hatch. Fair enough. So take down, and this makes it so much easier to Ling Hydra Bane when the tank count is low. Bingo, bongo, barombo. Serral alive. He's kept his bases alive. He's lost 3 drones. 5 drones in total today. Income is this, where it's mostly Serral. It's kind of some spikes of INnoVation there, but losing this base was a problem. Long distance mining from it is not ideal. Changeling trying to see what's what up this way and immediately identified as traitors. So much easier for INnoVation to tell who the traitor is and who the imposter is in Among Us than it is for us humans, right? Maybe that means that INnoVation is himself an imposter and he's killing fellow imposters so that we don't suspect him. Hey, that is a good move in those games for sure. So topside base dead again. The third base is defended, but yeah, it's not enough. INnoVation loses the 12 o'clock. GG's out. He's down 199 to 117 total supply. Income looks like this. Right, resources lost 14,000 to 11,000. If you're losing that much more resources compared to your Zerg opponent at Saren, you're just going to die. So fantastic. Really well done. 2 planetaries down. I know it says 1 there, but that's 2. INnoVation is using the 12 o'clock without question. 18 SCVs. It's not enough, man. You can't stop Serral when he's on 3, 4, 5, 6 bases and 95 workers. And he has the gas income that he does. It's just going to be Banelings, and more Banelings. Ooh, and Serral is your winner in this one. So let's move on into our next match. Again, this is a best of 3. So if Serral wins this next one, he's just your winner. And INnoVation's out. So he's got a scratch and claw to get a game 2 win here to force a game 3. Stick with it. We'll be right back. Game 2 of our best of 3. Ice and Chrome, a sight of many an excellent macro game. It's being removed from the map pool and maybe is already gone by the time you see this, which makes me sad. Top right, Serral. Bottom left, INnoVation. Oh, Ice and Chrome. I'll miss you. I don't know. Is it like the rush distance? Is it the number of bases you can take that are along the edges as opposed to more exposed to frontal assault? Something about this gives us the best. Just the best macro game. Serral and INnoVation alone have had several amazing macro games. Scarlet had some great games here too. I mean, Neeb's been involved in some crazy stuff on this map. It might be my favorite one of the map pool, and it's just being removed. Along with Golden Wall, by the way, which, bummer. Golden Wall is the very rare weird map that pros don't immediately veto. Usually weird maps with weird stuff like, hey, there's a whole second half of the map down here that is, you know, kept away from everything else through mineral walls. Usually pros are like, I'm out. I don't want to have to deal with this stuff. But then they liked it. They figured it out, and they managed to make it happen. And incredible, really. I'm going to assume This is my messages messing up. I think my messages app has been splitting out a group message into individual messages from the people, and just, I don't know, it just shows unsupported message file from 3 of the people that I'm in a group message with. Whatever. I know you don't care. And that was a sneeze. Reaper named Freddy Krueger. After getting tired of terrorizing many human dreams, Freddy Krueger decided to travel to the world of Harry Potter. He unfortunately picked the wrong wizard to mess with, Harry himself. While trying to enter his dreams, Harry cast a counter spell on Freddy, causing him to enter his own worst nightmare, which is the Reaper program. Ha ha ha! That's fantastic. Good name there, Mr. Aaron. Appreciate you coming through with that. Again, if you want your Reaper name featured on the channel, just leave it in a comment. Any comment on any video on my channel at any time, and I'll add it to the list. That's how we roll here on the Falcon Paladin StarCraft 2 channel. Very similar to the Falcon Paladin StarCraft regular channel that doesn't specify StarCraft or Brood War. Maybe I should change that. Maybe it should just be Falcon Paladin Brood War from now on. That's... I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think I like it. Anywho, factory, 3rd base, all of the things are going as planned. 1 worker on the gas here because after the metabolic boost, this is not going to be a fast layer or anything. Wants that 3rd base up in the saturation before anything else. I have had games where I'm trying to macro and I forget to remove the couple of workers from that 1 gas, and it makes a huge difference in how many workers you can have at 6 minutes compared to if you do reduce some gas income to trade it for drone production. Anyway, starport here from Inno, 3rd command center at 3 minutes. I think that started sub 3, man. That is a fast 3rd base. What are these lings doing out here? They don't have speed yet. Wait, now they do. Fare thee up, you're dead. There's a queen waiting. Oh, Serral is like a serial killer, man. See you later, Freddy Krueger. Ha ha ha. Freddy Creeper? Does that work for you? I don't know. But man, he's like, I got speed. He's going to try to hop up here. I've got a queen waiting for him. Done. So smart. Such a smart player. Banshee on the way. Any cloak? INnoVation? Any cloak up your sleeve, buddy? Alright, well, he's going to see the tech lab on the starport anyway, which will necessitate spores. No big freaking deal. And is he going to catch the 3rd CC? He does. Beautiful scout. Just a beautiful scout from this Overlord. Sees everything he needs to. 3rd CC there. It's probably, I don't know, could be a Banshee, could be a battle cruiser, but I don't know if he sees a fusion core. That's the one thing. He didn't see the whole base for the presence of a fusion core. There's not one. So either way, toss up some spores here. Call it a day. This isn't actually a Cloak Banshee play. This is another Raven here out of Inno. So Banshee just flying right on in. Hello! Bam, bam, bam. Will not win in a straight-up fight versus a Queen. Queen anti-air is nuts! And so good! And now the spores are on the way because he is worried about Cloak Banshee. He doesn't know what the follow-up to this 1 Banshee is. Could be Cloak with 2. Or it could be a Raven, as that's what it is here. So we're doing the same thing we saw in Game 1. Wherein we have the Hellions, we have the Raven. We're going to try to clear as much creep as we terrenly can. And Alaire is now on the way from Serral, about 5.5 minutes, but he's got a 4th base up first. So, again, priorities. Priorities are a thing. Oh, the auto turret did get tossed down. It's not going to kill anything, unfortunately, for INnoVation here. And these queens with transfuse are just so hard to kill. Hellions are not meant to kill queens. They are meant to kill smaller, squishier things, like Zerglings. Is that another tumor down? Oh, he doesn't want to get trapped in here by queens. But you know what? Does it really matter? It matters. Keep your stuff alive. You can make them Hellbats later. That's what he did in the first game. Right, right. Definitely bio on the follow-up, though. Behold the barracks count. It is nuts. Banshee comes back around and gets 4. Hang on, you can get that. Oh, you're so dead. Never mind. 4 drone kills. Not bad, not bad. Not going to complain about 4 drone kills. It's better than we saw in Game 1 as far as harassment is concerned. And check it out. Spire time. Out of Serral. So he's like, I'm on 4 bases, effectively saturated. Got 70 workers. My income is pretty nuts right now. And let's just go for them Mutalisks. They're good against everything. Used to be you couldn't make Mutas versus Mech, but then Zergs figured out, yes, you totally can. Thors are not as much of an issue as they used to be here. 4th CC coming up outside the front door. Like, INnoVation is just, hey, Lings, why don't you come up and try to kill this thing? Armory on the way, so we're a little bit far away here from Hellbats. Ah, Raven dies. See? Raven's slow. Raven squishy. Puppetry Zelda does not like the Raven and feels like it could use some help. I believe Kelazar would be on board with that one too. So Overseer here from Serral, checking to see are there any bases down this way that I didn't know about. The answer is no. INnoVation is setting up to take this 9 o'clock position instead. Look, Serral's just ready, man. Just wherever you go, he's ready for you. Look at how ready he is here. INnoVation's got to be so frustrated by this. He really does. It's like, look, man, I'm just trying to get a little bit of damage. I'm not trying to win the game with this. And Serral's like, no. You may not. 8 Mutalisks in production. It's 154 supply for Serral. He's getting speed for Overlords, for better scouting positions. He's just doing everything he wants. Everything on his wish list is happening right now. I mean, INnoVation's great on his upgrades. He's getting 2-2 right now. I'm getting Concussive Shell, Drilling Claws for the Widow Mines that are perma-cloaked now because the armory's done. We've got our Hellbats in the mix. Changeling trying to see what's over here. The answer is there's nothing over here. So you just be a little pile of goo and hair right now. You gross Changeling. Poor Hellbat. Hey, hold on to the Xel'Naga Watchtower. Aren't there Mutalisks out? Yes. Alright, let me just write my wife and kids a goodbye note then. Zergling. Widow Mine's getting some decent hits here. Are there enough Marines remaining to handle the Mutalisks? The answer is maybe. Well, the Medevac's getting destroyed. Oh, the Widow Mine. 0 kill Widow Mine. That's a lie. That definitely got some kills. And then, did that Banshee come back and try to do stuff? It sure did. And then the Queen killed it. Good attempt. I mean, I like the idea of the Banshee attack while Serral's attention is mostly over here. But in the end, not enough. So the Mutas get out of there. But again, keeping INnoVation home is really nice. So 4th base, running planetary missile turret up. Aren't enough Mutas to kill a turret that's being repaired by SCVs. Heavy on the Mutas and heavy on the Widow Mines here in game number 2 is INnoVation. Can't say I blame it. Like, Widow Mines are... they're not super reliable. Like, a lot of the time, sure, they'll get a big hit, kill a bunch of Lings, especially some Banelings maybe. But also sometimes, Widow Mines will end up doing a lot of friendly fire because their attack gets dragged back into your bio by Zerglings, and then the splash affects everybody. And it can be really frustrating to deal with. Widow Mine does catch those Mutas as they're trying to retreat. That was really nice. 2 kills on the Widow Mine, but 2 important kills for those Widow Mines for sure. Or for that Widow Mine, rather. 6 more Mutas on the way. Gosh, it's going to be a 2-0. I don't want it to be a 2-0. Come on, INnoVation. You can do it. I believe in you. You got your Thor out. You got your Widow Mines. These Lings need to get out of here. This is not a good place for them at all. Okay. See the Widow Mines? That's what I'm talking about. 4 kill Widow Mine. 10 kill Widow Mine. CCC? Widow Mines, your answer. Your answer here, low-level players. The Banelings kind of get kept out. Again, ow. Okay, alright. Banelings crashing onto Thors is exactly what you want if you're INnoVation. I mean, sure. What you prefer is that the Banelings die killing nothing, but, I mean, if they're going to splash onto a Thor, yeah, that's acceptable. Acceptable damage for sure. They just have so much HP, and there is no bonus damage versus Thors for them Banelings. Serral, 12 o'clocker here. Army supply actually 108 to 78. Serral has a big income advantage, but INnoVation's army is pretty big. He's not sticking around on Creek for too long. Again, the number of tumors he's killed today is 31, but Serral's dedication to Creep means there are 24 out on the field anyway. Still doesn't have creep connected to this base at the 11 o'clock that he's been working on here, which might be a problem. Could come back to bite him a little bit later. All right, well, here we go. Lings, Banes, Lings, everybody. Out. Widowmine's firing. Oh, Overseer taking a hit. Thor alive with all of, what I want to say, 2 HP, 5 HP. Still alive, still pushing. Lings, Banes, Mutas, Crease Splits looking pretty fantastic here by Inno. Coming from all directions, though. Lings on top of that. One dead Thor finally actually dies, but Queen's getting picked off. INnoVation not getting kicked off the creep quite yet. So many Banelings in the splits. The splits are good, but big time connection on the backside. Oh, it doesn't matter. INnoVation comes out on top. Serral taps out. Whoa. It is so weird for me to see a game where INnoVation loses a large group of Marines to Banelings and then wins regardless. I mean, part of the problem here is that Zergs hate having giant armies camped on one of their bases. Alright, so split. Huge Baneling hit there. And what are we at? 108 to 64 supply. Okay. Serral has 10 Mutas and 7 Banelings remaining, which... Army supply is... Okay, in fairness, 108 to 64. Income is still good, but from here, it's an easy path to kill this base. And then maybe even get in the main, cancel the 3-3, get up... or the natural, cancel that, get into the main base. I don't know. It feels a little premature. It really does. I mean, look at these Baneling connections. But, you know, I guess there were enough Marines remaining, 21 of them, that the Mutas weren't going to do much. Couple Thors in the mix there, too. Resources lost 17,000 to 10,000. So, overall, throughout the game, INnoVation making some really fabulous trades. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Well, that is game 2. We're going to move on to a game 3 here after INnoVation takes the game in, I don't know, it wasn't like one massive victory. It was little tiny wins, little cost-efficient victories for INnoVation over and over again. And that was all he needed to do. Like, just win a bunch of trades 50 times in 12 minutes, and then you're the victor. Kind of nuts. One of the weirder outcomes, but that's how StarCraft is sometimes. Let's move on to game number 3. We shall return. Don't leave this channel. Everdream. Top right, Serral. Bottom left, INnoVation. Man, it's going to be good. Both players have their back against the wall here in this rubber match, which again, nobody knows where that came from, but it just means a game where the loser goes home and the winner moves on. Sunday series here on the new channel. I can still smell the new car smell. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum-bum. Anyway, if you want to support the channel through YouTube, you can still do so on the other original channel if you want. But I can't monetize this one until I have 3,000 subscribers, which might have already happened, because I'm planning on posting this on October something. I'm casting it here on September 26th. But September 26th. And October 4th is when this will post. Anyway. Man, no proxies? No proxies for us on this best of 3, you guys? Come on. We love you. But man, proxies are so much fun. Anyway, we've got a Reaper here. The Reaper's name is the Rake. Emperor Mengs was out gardening when he stepped on his rake. He decided to send the inanimate object to the Reaper program, and somehow it's just as intelligent as your average convict. Okay, look. I did that. I think that's what Joseph was talking about here, but yeah, I was out running around in the backyard in the dark about 2 or 3 months ago here, stepped on a gardening rake, an implement with very strong metal tongs. It's not a rake that you use for raking leaves. This is a rake for, like, tilling soil, basically. Bam, punctured right through my foot. Not all the way through, just into it. About an inch, maybe. It wasn't great. I did get it taken care of. I went to the Instacare, got it cleaned out with some terrible, painful liquid, and that sucked. Wrapped it up. I got a tetanus shot because I have no idea when the last one I got was. And yeah, the best part was I was leaving for a family vacation just the next morning. So I spent the whole family vacation in extreme amounts of pain. Not able to go in the water, not really able to walk super well. It got better over time, but fairly well, the rake. But yeah, that is one of the more incredible experiences of my life. I can tell you that much. Third hatch here from Serral. Doing Serral-y things. What do we expect from this man? Starport from INnoVation. He's done the same darn build all 3 games, and the same thing with Serral here. They know each other too well. They know what the other player is going to do. This Overlord comes in from the backside because there's all this dead airspace on Everdream, right? There's mountain ranges in the dead airspace back here. That's how much there is. Are these like rays of light coming through? Is this a holy Overlord? Look at him. He's being blessed. He's being blessed from above. Oh, I like it. I like the idea very much. As a Paladin myself, I appreciate the concept. But what are we doing here? 2 Hellions on the follow-up after the Reaper died, accomplishing nothing. Nothing died except for the Reaper. Queen's on the edge of the creep. This is just like how? How do you know this is coming? I don't know where the Hellions are going. I guess he knows INnoVation so well. He knows the first attack's going to poke there. And the second attack's going to poke here. And then he's going to go back around on this map. And INnoVation just does what he likes to do, you know? So it is a tech lab on the starport, but it's not doing anything. It is a fusion core, though. Hold up. Hold up. Oh, did he see that? He saw it. He knows the fusion core, and he knows the tech lab on the starport. He says, okay, it's gonna be a battle cruiser. There's just... You can't cancel it. Cancel it and trick him, INnoVation. Make him think there's one. Okay, no. I mean, if you're Inno, do you just go through with it at this point? Or you're just like, you know what? All right. I'll go spend 400 minerals and 300 gas on this thing. Oh boy. So Serral's answer here is producing queens. 2 queens at a time, getting a lair. Because you do want a spire available, just in case... Oh, hold up. They didn't kill that tumor? Is he YOLO Hellioning? I don't like the YOLO Hellion concept at all here, INnoVation. Run. Pull back. Pull away. Don't line them up. Don't line them up. Alright, well, 6 drones down, and the Hellions should be able to escape with their lives. And just kidding, they're not doing that very well anyway. Okay, well, 3 of them made it out. 6 drones died. Spores coming up at the time, just when you need to worry about a battlecruiser jumping into your base. You don't know which one it's going to be. Spire in the natural base to avoid being a target for the battlecruiser, which will largely and likely jump into the main. So what are the trades here? 600, 700? Ugh, whatever. Losing drones is a problem. Losing... I mean, it's not all of your map control, but these Hellions are not going to do that very well. They are green, orange, and red in color. Seems incredibly poorly, but here we go. Oh, I mean, what I would like to know one day is if you follow a battlecruiser and it jumps, do you follow it with the camera? I do wonder. So Spore here and 3 queens. And more queens coming out of the natural base. Is it more battlecruisers? It is not. So that's the thing. Serral is not forced into Corruptor production right now. But, you know, you can use the Spire for Mutalisks too, which he really does enjoy in the current meta, in the current zeitgeist of things. This queen's trying to back away and it can't. Ha! The pathing. The other queens pushed her to her death. That sucks. Battlecruiser gets 4 kills, which is, you know, it's nice. It's nice, but the fact that there's no Yamato here is a good tell for Serral that it's not going to be multiple battlecruisers, and it's not. Because usually, if you're making multiple battlecruisers, you're getting Yamato, and then that first battlecruiser will Yamato a queen, but that didn't happen, so it's going to be Mutalisks instead of Corruptors. That's what Serral read, and that's where we are here in game numero 3. Yeah, I like this from Serral. I really do. He's going to set up a 4th base here very soon. 3rd base from Inno is done. armory in production, and it looks like Inno's just transitioning into regular standard bio with Widow Mines, man. Marine, Marauder, Medevac, Widow Mine, which is an upside down M. Not quite an M, though. Serral's got a 4th base coming up now here instead of up here, which I find a little interesting, but I don't know that either of these bases are great to defend. They're both down ramps, which is not what you want to do if you're a Zerg player. But hey, it's fine. Oh, Widowmine does catch the Mutalisks. Did he lose? He lost a Mutalisk there. Man, if that second Widowmine had also triggered and fired, all those Mutas would be dead. Be so careful, Serral. I trust you with Mutalisks. You're one of few players I trust with the Mutalisks, but hey. Doesn't mean you can't die to 2 Widow Mines as well. That poor Marine is down. I keep thinking this is like a burrowed ling or something, but those are flowers, I guess. SCV sniped. Mutas just being their gosh darn incredibly annoying selves. Income has been largely favoring INnoVation, but it's so close. It's so back and forth right now. I don't know that anyone has the advantage. Drilling Claws coming in. Armor level 1 on the way right now from INnoVation. And I'd say INnoVation is very close to maxed out and very close to being happy. His plan has been executed pretty darn well, I would say, at this point. He needs to worry about the Widow Mines, though, because he's so heavy on the bio. Oh, jeez. I was so close to firing. The trick is, I don't know. Okay, so he makes that one fire, which means the other one's vulnerable to sniping, except that INnoVation is standing right on top of it, and that's not going to happen today. No sniping that Widow Mine. It's important that it stays alive. I need 2 Widow Mines in places. Okay, just kidding. It totally got sniped. INnoVation, you were in the neighborhood, man. You can't just let the Mutas wander in and take it down. Whatever. INnoVation's got another base up on this left side. This one's the planetary because it's the 4th. There's a Thor here. There's a bunch of Marines here. There's Widow Mines here. This is going to be hard takedown if Serral's going for the bomb. Although, if INnoVation moves out, easier to take down, it turns out. So let's see if he's going to make... I don't know. He needs more than this, right? If he's going to take down a planetary, he needs that number of lings and, like, 10 banelings. Combined, their powers combined, they can do it. INnoVation, as all good Terran players will do. Oh, Widowmine does catch the Mutalisk. Tissue regeneration is hugely important here, as per usual. Banelings getting some hits. Okay, that was pretty effective attack there. There's still a few Marines remaining. That Thor is at 10 kills and 94 HP. This is tight. I mean, we're at basically 190 supply for each player. The income is favoring Serral by quite a bit at the moment. Baneling's trying to get some big hits on this right side, not necessarily finding the damage that he wants there either, but slowing the attack of INnoVation. Because again, INnoVation on your front door is not what you want INnoVation to be. You want INnoVation defending back home. Battle Cruiser up to 7 kills, not too shabby for a BC. Battle Cruisers operational. Gonna help kill a queen there. Thor in the back. The Banelings are removing the buffer of the Marines, though, and that Thor is likely very, very toast. Other side getting defended. Mutalisk trying to avoid that splash damage from the Thor. This battle, and then the Battle Cruiser just wanders in because all of the anti-air is totally gone. But this is what we're talking about here from Serral. Does manage to get on top of everything. Wipe it out. Keeps the hatch alive, which is so stupid important. This Battle Cruiser has 11 kills, but is being kited by a queen and is going to die to all of these Mutalisks, which do have 2 attack, and that helps immensely there, as they have a pretty fast attack, and the splash damage is important too. I mean, it's not splash, it's a bounce attack. We've had this discussion on the channel before. Anywho. Any who's it's, what's it's galore. She's got who's it's and what's it's galore. Name that movie. That is 14 banelings in production right now. Army supply 129 to 102. INnoVation's not in a happy place, but he's been in worse places for sure. Here we go. Banelings charging in. He's like got two separate waves here. He was worried about Widow Mines, but they didn't see any. So I think he'll be a little bit braver with this attack. As the Mutas are back on the other side, killing SCVs. Don't mind us, just killing SCVs. While this is hacking, the friendly fire Widow Mine shot. I'm telling you, it does more damage sometimes. Mutas are in your main. SCV count is falling precipitously right now. One of my favorite words in relation to workers dying. Tanks getting wiped out. It is just Ling Bane defending against this at the moment, and just up and down and abusing their ability to fly. Are these Mutalisks? This is so brutal right now. I don't even know what to say about it. Widow Mines can't even burrow before they die to this number of Mutalisks we have in the field. It is 16 of them. They do have the +2 attack. The income. There it is. You wanted to see the income? We found Los Incomes. INnoVation, as he does, expands a bunch of times. He's got a good number of bases, but he's only on 54 workers now, which is not a good number. Not a great number to have right now. And I understand this is the last game of a best-of-3 INnoVation, but, like, it's not looking good. This is an uphill fight. As Tastosis often say on their GSL casts, I don't see a way that INnoVation can fight and claw back and win this thing. It will take 2 or 3 bad engagements from Serral for that to happen, and it's just not. No, see, picking off individual Thors separated from the rest of the group. This is what we like to call a good engagement. Sure, those Lings all died, but hey, they paid for themselves by killing that Thor without question. Muta's coming in. This is entirely undefended base. How? How is there no anti-air? I don't know that INnoVation's been able to spare any anti-air and any time and resources here, but oh, it's gonna magic. Whoa, not really magic boxing. Ugh, the Thor is much there. Did take a splash damage hit. Right side attack getting shoved away right now. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 SCVs gone down. It is 50 total workers here for INnoVation. He's desperately trying to replace that by making 5 SCVs at a time, but you can't chrono boost these suckers. And you can't make 20 of them at a time like a Zerg player can. Ultralisk Cavern coming in, which we know how I feel about Ultras in this matchup, right? Not good. We feel bad about Ultras in this matchup. Oh, the Widow Mines, though. Getting some hits there, but it just, at this point, it just doesn't matter. The Banelings are rolling in. Going up ramps, up creep, taking out Marauders. Again, Marauders dying there is preferable for INnoVation. That is so... that is a lot. So they did take down the hatch. It's a lot of medevacs. The Mutas are just being super aggro. Just super all over the place at the moment. Lings are taking out supply depots. Income dipped down into INnoVation's side of things for a second there because that's the power of mules. But it is back up on Serral's side of things. It's 46 workers. Again, I get it. I get it, INnoVation. This is a game where if you lose it, you're done. Like, you're not moving on here, but army supply, you know, surprisingly impressive at the moment for INnoVation, actually. But by golly, the Banelings, oh. That's a huge problem. This is a huge problem. The third base of Minnow is just in shambles. Completely lost to civilization forever. The splits are sick because they're INnoVation splits. The Lings are up in your production facilities and killing your barracks, and another hatch is going to go down. I mean, killing 2 hatches is good, honestly, for INnoVation here, but this, like, cleaning this out needs to be a top priority. I'm just not sure that it is. The Ultra's going to be really hard for these Marines to kill. That Thor's going to go down here to the Lings and the Thors. Marines are just getting 2-shot by the Ultras, and good game, Serral comes out on top there in our best of 3 today. 16-minute final game. Really fantastic Sunday series. Just back and forth. We had a Terran win. We had 2 Zerg wins. We had, you know, all sorts of great stuff happening. All all sorts of stuff. Everything you could ever want from a ZVT, I think. I guess maybe some mech, right? Maybe you could. Hard to say. Hard to say. Maybe mech would have been good here, but I think Serral, I've never seen him lose to mech. So, I mean, not in the last, 2 years since he started doing his thing. So, INnoVation may be smart not to give it another shot here. Yeah, end of the day, resources lost 33,000 for Serral, 28,000 for Inno. That's, pretty reasonable for a Zerg win or a Terran win with those numbers, to be honest. 17 drones down, but that 68 SCV dead count is the one that really matters here today. 68 dead SCVs is really hard to overcome if you happen to be a Terran player or even if you're not. Whew. 2 Ultralisks out, very brave Ultralisks with 3 attack and 3 armor. And the chitinous plating was on the way. It was 6 seconds from completion. We almost made it. But yeah, there's your Sunday series. Hope you enjoyed it, because that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a Sunday series for, again, the new channel. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.